USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster
Movie.
Fun time,
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honeybee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. I am one of your hosts, Precious D.
And I am the other one of your hosts, Honeybee.
Honeybee and I are two best friends making our way through the history of kaiju movies. We started in 1933 with King Kong, and today, God help us, we're at 2018 with another piece of shit from the goddamn Asylum. It is Pacific Rim.
No.
Atlantic Rim. It is a mockbuster of Pacific Rim. It is Atlantic Rim Resurrection. And this movie doesn't even have its own Wikipedia page.
Damn.
And on IMDb, some key players are not listed. But Google knows who they are. I don't know if they purposely had themselves left off. Jesus, so I don't have a budget or anything. It's directed by Jared Cohn from a script by Jeff Mead. And it stars Stephen Richard Harris as Dr. J.P. Roth, Zavi Israel as Russo, Jenna Enns as Dr. Andrea Horowitz, Terry Woodbury as General Worthington, Paul Logan as Lee, Michael Marcel as Hammer, Joss Deacon as Wright, Richard Leacock as Andrus, Sam Witchek as Badger, Vinny Duyek as Green, Joseph Michael Harris as Navy Commander Reese Sterling, Liz Fleming as Karen, Tegan Searset as Samantha, and Tammy Klein as Office Worker. Daniel Judd is listed as handsome crew member.
Oh, la la.
Shane Note as Eric Skylander. Brendan Petzrizzo as scientist. Jared Cohn, the director, as a soldier, uncredited. Jane Dool as Captain LaGuardia, uncredited. Anne Floret as medic, uncredited. And John Nichtkin as Captain Beckett, uncredited. And yet, one of the main people is not listed there, in spite of all these uncredited people being listed. And that is Lindsay Elston as Bugs.
Aw,
I don't know
rude.
if she's supposed to be bugs like insects or bugs like Bugs Bunny. I don't know.
Bugs. It was her code name. Yeah.
But did she say it was like insects or?
No, I don't think anyone said. Honestly, I don't give a shit. Here's the thing. Yeah. This is just another, like, Asylum bait movie. They know it's bad. They don't give a shit. Why should we give a shit? It's just one of those things.
Every time I hear Badger, I just go, Badgers! We don't need those stinking Badgers. That is an old-fashioned joke, ladies and gentlemen. It's a reference to the Humphrey Bogart movie, Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Look it up. I have one note.
Okay.
Dirty car.
That's your one note?
That's why I have one note. I noticed it, and I should not have noticed it. That's bad. I think it's the mother and her daughter. They're in a black car, and it is noticeably dirty on the outside. And the fact that I noticed this, I'm like, I guess they must normally in a real movie.
Did you notice it?
Wash all the cars before they start filming.
Did you notice it when the daughter was driving it alone, or like when did you notice it?
No, in the very beginning, first time they're in the vehicle, like in the beginning of the movie.
Hilarious.
But yeah, the fact that I noticed it at all must mean that normally the cars are clean and you don't notice it. It's just one of those things. It's probably one of those movie things that real movies do.
Very interesting. I do want to say though, I tried to watch this movie originally on Tubi, and I started the movie and it was just music and no words. What the hell?
Same thing. I had the files broken on Tubi, folks. You'll have to go to Pluto or someplace else.
You have to go to Pluto. And it took me embarrassing long time to realize, like, I thought it was part of, like, I thought they were doing a bit where, like, they were talking but we can't hear them because there's, like, music over it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is a choice. And then it just went on for just a little too long, and I was like, wait a second. Like...
Yeah.
So I switch over to Pluto, and it like instantly, it's like talking instantly, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, well." So
I don't know.
There's that.
I don't know if there's someone at Tubi we can contact. I'm sure they would like to know. This reminds me of my digital comic issue I had the other day, which finally got fixed.
Yeah.
But no one bothered to tell me. I had to look in the comments on Amazon to find out how to fix the issue.
Yeah, that's exactly what it reminded me of, though.
Yeah, folks, I wasn't able to read Godzilla vs. Thor because the wrong file was attached to it, a Green Goblin comic. This was the digital comic. And I spent 45 minutes in chat with customer service, and then I was assured that they would get back to me on this. A couple weeks later, I go look at the listing on Amazon for this issue, and all the comments are like, this is a wrong file. So you had to go into your account, into like digital content and devices and stuff, and at one point it'll list the file and it says update available, and if you click update available,
oh nice,
then it automatically sent the proper version to your phone. But I should have gotten an email directly from customer service telling me that. Folks, we're just trying to avoid talking about this piece of shit movie.
Yeah, we really need to pad this episode because there's really not too much to say about it. I will say that I would like to rename this movie, and I would like to call it "And This is a Green Screen." Because there is at least three times in this movie, where two people or more will walk up and one guy says, "And this," and then we'll say whatever the fuck it is. But we all know it's a green screen. It is very obviously a green screen. It's very obviously two dudes standing in front of a green screen. So I think this movie should be called "And This is a Green Screen."
So what are your initial thoughts on this movie? I mean, are there even thoughts to have?
I don't really think there are thoughts to have. I think Asylum, knows what they're doing. They're just profiting off of the Pacific Rim money and just, blatantly. This movie doesn't even really have a plot, if we're being honest, and that it's just so fast-paced that it's hard to keep up anyway. It's like if you look away for a second, there's already something completely different happening, and none of it is good or makes sense. But I will say, I do think that people keep stealing your ideas. I mean, obviously these movies came out before we've had conversations about this, but like the guy in this movie, changing it to where you don't actually get hurt, I was like, ooh, another idea that was yours.
I did fall asleep. I had to rewatch part of it today because
I had to rewind and rewatch way too much in this movie because it was just really hard to focus on, and I was kind of distracted doing other things as well, so I feel that so hard. Like at one point I looked back and I'm like, wait, what the hell is going on? What have I missed? And I had to rewind quite significantly.
It does seem like somebody must have gotten a hold of at least a synopsis of Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What do you call it? Uprising. Because there's a key element of that movie that happens in this movie, which is that a couple of monsters, well, it's three monsters in Pacific Rim, but we can only afford two, in Atlantic Rim. They get swarmed by a smaller thing, and that causes them to join together into a bigger thing than what they started as.
Yeah, which I really loved in Pacific Rim.
Yeah. I found that interesting that element of it was actually in this. I think the robots actually looked worse in this one.
Yeah, everything kind of looked a little worse in this one.
Jankier. Mm-hmm. And yeah. I hate how... See, I think in Pacific Rim, there's too much of the pilots. Well, there's got to be the two pilots, but they have to be doing exactly what the robot's doing. And then this one goes too far the other direction, where I just have these two handles, and I just move them back and forth, and that does everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like also this movie tries a little too hard, like harder than the first one to be funny. Mm-hmm. In certain points, like the comedy is just like they're really trying, but no one's laughing. Right. You know, like cricket.
Yeah.
I don't remember that from the first one, but that felt pretty bad in this one.
Well, I'm going to try to remember the plot because, like I said, there's no Wikipedia page, and I only made one note. But it starts off with a guy in a boat who, at no point in the film, has a scene with anybody else on camera.
Yeah, he's
never
just
gets
on his walkie-talkie.
He's on his walkie-talkie. I feel like he was cast because he owned a boat.
Yeah.
Or at least knew how to drive one.
Yeah, what fucking annoys me about this guy is that he's on this walkie-talkie the whole movie, even when someone else is talking to him through a cell phone.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they handed him a walkie-talkie. I thought they handed him a walkie-talkie.
Oh, I thought they handed him a cell phone. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, this guy's just still on the walkie-talkie, just driving his boat around.
I mean, he was too far away if it had been a walkie-talkie. It was too far away anyway. He must have been linked up over several walkie-talkies. So this guy, does he call the doctor? Dr. Roth?
Don't get me
He calls somebody on his walkie-talkie to say, basically, hey, shit's happening again. And
well, first he's like, nah, no shit's happening, and then he's like, oh wait, I spoke too soon. The shit is happening. That's my bad.
And what the hell was Dr. Roth's? He was just working on the robots, or the feedback on them. I don't remember what his damn job was.
I don't either.
There's two doctors at one point who do different things. One of them, I think, is robotics, and the other one is the biology, because she cuts up the thing at one point. So they got to call up the robots. There's three robot pilots, Hammer, Bugs, and Badgers. We don't need no stinking Badgers. And he has to give them all injections, I think, which is going to help with the not feeling the pain of the robots or some shit.
Yeah. You know, they get the guy from the boat called, and they're like, hey. And he's like, hey, didn't you already, like, blow me off? Isn't so-and-so's brilliant plan gonna work? Or do you just realize that so-and-so's brilliant plan is shit and you should have chosen me all along? And the guy's like, yes, sir, you were right. And he's like, ugh. God, fine, I'll do it. And he like has made this thing that, you know, it sends the receptors. Basically what happens is the pain receptors like never get to your brain. It like scrambles the pain receptors so they like get filtered through this thing so that your brain doesn't know that you're in pain. It's like how he explains it.
That's fine if you're cutting off the robot pain, but that is a dangerous situation in real life.
Yeah, for sure.
There's people who have that problem, and they have to constantly check themselves to make sure they haven't gotten a cut or broken something. They do tend to break bones constantly, and it's awful. So it seems like doing that on purpose is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, like you do.
So there's a beach, and a monster comes out and starts tearing shit up, and it's kind of a arachnid, spidery, scorpion-y sort of thing, but with a little bit of a humanoid torso, sort of.
I will say it does kind of look kind of cool coming out of the water, but only if you're like squinting and don't look at it for too long.
Yeah. So they kill it, but then it's not dead.
And everyone's like, oh, they're back. Oh, they're back. And we have this like weird side story going on with like this dude's family, like his wife and daughter.
Who completely forgets about them till the end of the movie when he gets a page or a text or some shit.
And then he's like, oh, my wife, she's like a few buildings away. And the girl's like, oh, let's go get her. And he's like, no, we'll leave her there. We need to do this. We need to focus on this.
But where was the rest of the city? They weren't concerned about any other civilians, and there didn't seem to be any other civilians. Why did these two clowns get left behind? But yeah, it's a mother and a daughter. At one point, when the robots show up, she goes, "Is that Dad?" No, it's not. That's not his job.
No, it's not.
He's robot adjacent, but he is not in the robot.
Yeah.
But nobody addresses that. No, it's not him. Maybe, and the actress maybe didn't even know. Maybe it was probably unclear in the script whether or not her father was the pilot or somebody else. But that guy ends up dead. Hammer.
Oh yeah, sad day. He does. But when they first like enter the room, like the pilots, it's so funny because like this like alternative rock plays in the background. They're like walking in the room and it's like Bennett, Bennett, and I was like, okay, we got ourselves some real badasses here.
Yeah, we do see them hanging out in a bar earlier, and it appears that Bugs and Hammer have a relationship.
Got a thing going on.
And Badger was annoying me. She keeps, everything is like, the creature is not dead. I say again, the creature is not dead. And she's like Foghorn Leghorn. I'll say the creature is not dead.
That's funny.
It was, yeah, they think they've killed it. They haven't killed it. And then I think Hammer ends up dead. And then they killed it again. And then the body explodes. A bunch of little smaller ones come crawling
The Legion, blah, 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 which is like the thing we saw in the Pacific Rim movie, which was so sick in Pacific Rim. Atlantic Rim, not so much. Like, the creatures are cool, it's all right. And I do like that the mother and daughter at this point are on the street and like have to physically run from the creatures because, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. And we do kind of get like a lady scientist kind of bit in this movie, which I thought was like, hell yeah, like go us. But just because that's one of our like bingo squares, but it's still just like ridiculous because she's like, I don't know, I won't know anything about it till I get to cut it open, and I'm a lady scientist and I'm gonna just open this, they look like spiders, let me just open it up and see what's in here. Oh, it's boba. It's just weird.
When she does eventually cut the thing open, she's like, well, none of this looks right. None of these organs are, but this is not from Earth. Of course, that never gets addressed. It seems to be carbon-based. Or no, it's not carbon-based. We're carbon-based. It's not carbon-based. So I guess it's silicon-based? She doesn't say. At some point, Bugs loses an eye or gets hit in the eye and is very sad that Hammer is dead. But then... when they're ready to go back out again, Bugs has been infected. Does she end up dead, or do we never find out? So it seems like her eye is infected, and so neither of them they quarantine both of them.
Which when Hammer dies, we kind of get a close up of his dead eyes, which I was like, oh God, Lee, and he kind of has like a weird thing going on too, like all veiny and shit.
So they come up with a plan for some chemical that's gonna cause the thing to die, something that will poison it, and they jerry-rig it to the flamethrower on the robot. And Dr. Roth, who will tell us what JP stands for later if I make it back alive, they hint at a romance between them, but it doesn't really go anywhere, or it doesn't have time to go anywhere. He's like, I'm going to pilot one of them. They're like, you can't do that. He's like, I'm already had my brain scanned or whatever. So there's going to be lag, but it'll be minimum with me. And one of the other dudes is going to pilot the other one. And for some reason, the doctor says, oh, let's hold back one of these canisters of poison as a backup. And then when they get in the fight, Yeah, the fucking thing won't work. He tries to deploy the flamethrower and it won't work. So it's going to disperse gas. Instead of whatever flammable thing it would normally squirt out, it's going to squirt out this poison and not light it up. And it won't work. And the other guy is like trying to bash the monster, and he just keeps going, Doc, did you get that thing fixed yet? I'm like, how is he supposed to get it fixed? He's just sitting in the chair with the controls. He can't do anything. Somebody needs to get out there and take a look at it. He can't just jiggle the handles and hope it works. So it never does work. And then the other doctor's like, oh, I'm taking the backup thing and I'm going. And this happened earlier. They're like, you can't do that. I'm doing it. All right, but I'll come with you. The guy whose family's out there running around like chickens with their heads cut off, he goes with her, and they drive around for a while, and that's when he gets his text. And then there's a scene where they've hidden in a building. Somehow he knows what building they're in, and he finds what room they're in, and there's big hugs and everything. And then cut to the car, and the doctor's like, "Are they okay?" He's like, "Yeah, they're gonna be all right." And he's like, "Thanks for that, Doc." So I guess they just took them home, because he said, "Let's go home." So I guess he just took them back home and left them there while there's still a monster attacking the city, and then gets back in the car and drives off with the doctor. It's just very unconnected to the rest of the movie.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Not all meals are created equal. For instance, breakfast has the spicy egg McMuffin for a limited time, and lunch doesn't. McDonald's breakfast comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, I thought I thought his whole storyline was just kind of like,
Yeah.
because he didn't take it seriously,
No,
and that's the
no.
thing about this movie. And I think a lot of Asylum movies is like, they know it's bad, and they're just trying to like cash out on whatever movie they're like, next to.
Yeah.
And it's just, no one's taking it seriously. Because the thing is like, some bad movies can be good if they have like some sort of heart, and everyone admits that, this sucks, but like, we're gonna do it together as a team, and we're gonna suck together, and they put their all into it. But these movies just feel like,
The real movie was the friends we made along the way. But the thing is, then they end up not using the backup canister. So there was no reason other than to wrap up that dangling plot point. No reason for her to go out there with it. Because he ends up deciding, well, I'm just going to jam my robot arm down its mouth, and the acid, because they have acid, because of course they do, will eat away at the fuselage and then cause the poison to spew into it. But first we get the whole thing with all those little spiders covering up the two creatures, because there's two of them now. After they killed one, two more show up. I guess we didn't mention that. Two more just show up, and that's when they say, all right, let's go. And then they folks, I don't know if you can hear that thunder. I don't know if my mic's picking that up, but it's been a lot of rain this month here in West Texas, in the middle of the freaking desert. Anyway, the spiders cover the other two larger spider-like things, and then for a moment they think they're fighting each other, but no, they're actually merging together into a bigger thing. And that's the thing that he shoves his arm down its throat, which causes the thing to dissolve and then release the poison, which does kill the thing. And then they all lived happily ever after. Oh, at some point there's a submarine, and the guy on the boat gets killed before the two new things show up. I think they take the time to kill the dude on the boat.
Wah, wah, wah.
And destroy a submarine, which was about to launch all its missiles at it, but then the transmission gets cut off, and the general goes, or not.
Jesus.
Man. So.
Man.
I can't remember exactly. Do the two doctors shake hands or have a moment or something at the end? I don't remember.
They make out. No, I'm kidding. They don't make out.
They don't. But there was that point where when she's like, "What's JD stand for?" or whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah.
JP. What's JP stand for? He's like, I'll tell you if I make it back. And she's like, well, then you better make it back. But then that doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere at all.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Another scene that it just really pissed me off was when they go to Hammer and like realize he's dead, and she's like, I'm not getting a pulse, give me my med whatever, and he like gives her the thing, and there's like a gas in there, and they're all like and it's not only just like the fakest we're inhaling gas and choking ever, but if there's gas being released, why are you all three in there? Like, who's going to come and save your bitch ass when you pass out from the gas inhalation? Like, they're all just three standing around like, and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking done with this movie.
She also, I remember, she has to climb in and pull, Dr. Andrea Horowitz has to climb into the mech and get Dr. Roth out at the end. And also, she's got a gun strapped on for quite a bit of it, and I'm like, why? They keep telling us that she's a doctor and can't do this shit, but she has a gun. Which she does do that. She pulls it out when she goes to get onto the mech at some point, trying to look tough. So, I'm not sure why she had a gun. Because I don't think Dr. Roth had a gun at any point. Maybe just because she's a military doctor? I don't know. So yeah, she pulls him out of there, and they all lived happily ever after. Honeybee, what are you gonna rate Atlantic Rim Resurrection?
I'm gonna rate Atlantic Rim Resurrection a huge fart.
Yeah. I wonder if they just
fart.
Do they have like, refrigerator magnet poetry where they just go, let's see, we can't use uprising, resurrection, upheaval, reckoning. Well, actually, resurrection, that's kind of like an uprising, right? They both have to do with rising, right? Rising up. We'll use that. Just because it didn't have anything to do with resurrection. Nothing whatsoever. Though I'm not sure what uprising had to do with Pacific Rim, but there you go. Yeah, I'm giving it -5 stars.
Damn.
It's bad, folks. Don't waste your time. But if you do waste your time, waste it on Pluto and not Tubi, because it's not formatted right over on Tubi. But if you just want to listen to the score,
yeah, the score's good. Score's good.
Go to Tubi. Oh. Next week we got something that's a little bit better. It's Rampage, based on the video game from the 80s, I think, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
And remember, Kaiju Go's coming up in about 4 weeks.
Woohoo!
August 16th at the Historic Texas Theater in Dallas, Texas. Be there or be square. Folks, if you enjoy what we do here, please like and subscribe and rate and review us, and consider joining our Patreon, where we have patron-exclusive episodes. I think that's really all we can say about this piece of shit.
Yeah.
So sorry, folks. Wash that car, goddammit.
Wash that car, you sexy bitches.
Now, Rampage it's on like TNT and stuff like that if you got cable.
Oh.
And then it's set on Hulu, it just says premium subscription, but didn't say what. I clicked on it and it was started to play it, so I don't know what, but it didn't tell me what premium subscription. So maybe you have to have TNT as part of your subscription. I don't know, which maybe I do. I'm not sure. Otherwise, you'll have to rent it. Check your local library, see if they've got it. That's going to do it for this week, folks. Until next week, I have been Precious D.
And I have been Honey Bee.
Remember to keep calm and take shelter in basements.
And please, don't misuse science.
We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.